My nephew running things?
I think we can all agree that Junior was a terrible boss. In fact, he doesn't even get this position until he's in his early 70s, but he's really used as a pawn to throw the FBI out. Junior is like Fat Tony Salerno as the front boss, and then the real boss, Tony, being Vincent Giganti. Him and his brother, Johnny Boy Soprano, have been loyal to them for years. He's one of the last old school mobsters around. Most of them probably have already passed on or flipped even. And you would think, with all that, once Old Man DeMeo was sent to jail for a life sentence, that it would be his chance, but no. His nephew's best friend, Jackie Aprile, becomes acting boss.
Now he's got to take orders from somebody who used to fetch him at Sambuca.
Hey, fuck him.
Sadly, Jackie's reign is cut short due to him having stomach cancer and passing away in 98. Now there's a bit of a power struggle. You got Tony's guys and Junior's guys. Old school versus new school. Tony and his crew don't really respect Junior for real. And shit, the Capos don't either. It's clear as day Tony is running things from behind the scenes. They really just tolerate Junior for the most part. But they clearly take issue to him being boss. The only people that respect Junior and his seniority are his guys, especially his consigliere, Mikey Palmise. But he moves like more of an enforcer. Terrible decision. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you would have thought Lydia was his boss, the way he fucking act around her. Another reason why Junior just wasn't a good boss was his fucking ego. He clipped Dickie Moltisanti because he laughed at him when he fell. Mind you, this is before he was even boss. And he tried to have his own nephew whacked. Now, it's multiple reasons why this happened, but still. But one of the biggest things being Livia Soprano. Lydia knew that Junior was, one, insecure, and he felt disrespected by Tony. Personally, I feel like Junior was better off being a consigliere to Tony. Consigliere, a member of a mafia family who serves as an advisor to the leader and resolves disputes within the family. They're usually the number two to the boss, and above the underboss, or they're just off to the side, being behind the scenes. Basically, Tom Hagen from the Godfather films. He was the consigliere for Vito Corleone. And the reason why I say this is because all the things that should have made him a boss years ago would make him a perfect consigliere. Despite a lot of the tension and how him and Tony treat each other, it's like his nephew and he still loves him, but he also gives him great advice about a lot of situations. Because despite Junior's insecurities and just him and how he feels about Junior being boss in the first place, he's still an experienced mobster with decades of experience behind his belt. Tony is also willingly coming to him for advice. Like when Junior gave his thoughts on Tony making Gigi a capo, then try to backtrack. Because he knew despite probably being a good soldier, he wasn't respected by the guys in the Aprile crew, compared to Ralph. They all respected Ralph. He's also a great earner. Now I will say this. Gigi was stupid as fuck for having Bobby's old-ass father do a hit on his nephew, what was his name, Mustang Sal, for what he did to Vito's brother. And I get it, but there are so many reasons why he's bad. He's retired, the man has cancer, he's coughing and wheezing every fucking minute, and then on top of that has a car crash in the end. And the funny thing is, despite Junior putting a hit out on Tony, he wasn't going to let Richie Aprile do the same shit. He definitely made sure not to do that.
Care who we follow.
Man,
now.
Richie was bold too. You can come to the man's house and tell him that you're gonna take out his nephew is really insane. But plain and simple, his experience, his seniority, and just his wisdom speaks for itself. Now I'm saying he could be a consigliere till about season 4, because season 4, that's when he drastically changed. After getting hit in the head and falling outside the courtroom, it was like, yeah, it was the end all be all. He was never the same person after that. And then I feel like Sil became more of a consigliere in the later seasons, because his role kind of confused me. It just felt like he was an underboss for a while, because they didn't have one. The last underboss was in season 1, and he got clipped. What was his name? Pepe Sasso, I think. Bobby was underboss in season 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Never happened there.
And then in the second half of the show, Paulie is promoted to underboss. But I just want to make this clear. I thought Sil was a pretty good consigliere to Tony. He's known Tony for a long time. They grew up together. But not only that, he knows how to handle Tony's temper.
What the fuck do you know?
And
what
a lot
goes
of
on
people
in my
can't say
head?
that.
I know you said
He
you were a
knows how
kid,
to
Tom.
actually be straight with Tony.
Frankly,
and let him know when he's fucking up. Also, the pressures of being boss got to him. Put his ass in the fucking hospital. He was cool with being number 2.